Why would the male figure in a household be washing dishes if he's the breadwinner, right? There's certain people have more, their time is more valuable spent certain ways. You wouldn't hire some Indian, like, coder guy, like, you wouldn't hire him, period, but you wouldn't hire him especially to, like, lay down pavers in your driveway, right? Like, there are just things you wouldn't do. You wouldn't hire a line cook to do the logo for your business. Your time is very valuable in one area, and it's really not at all valuable in probably a lot of other areas. What's my time worth right now? It's worth a lot. If my time as a home theater equipment installer would be worth what, like $30 an hour? I'm a notorious flagrant man baby. I don't do my own laundry. I don't do that shit, okay? I'm not gonna do it. I don't do it. And all throughout my life, I've heard people, probably a lot of women saying like, it's because I've always viewed my time as more valuable than like a professional laundry folder, okay? This is something that you would pick up if you're doing investing, but it's good for anyone to know this shit. Fallacies. Gambler's fallacy, sunk cost fallacy. I mean, just look up list of fallacies and go through and read them. And anytime, print it out, and anytime you come across one that you recognize as having done in your life, put a star next to it, okay? And just train yourself to pick up on that, because those are all human thought paradigms that are not going to be the best logical way for you to make money. If you spend the $450 on it in the hopes that it will be a valuable part of your life, hopefully you did some of your research and you know what phone is going to enhance your life. But as soon as it does not enhance your life, as soon as it's something that is like sucking up your time and is not promising a payback, it is now like a brick of time-wasting shit, and you just should throw it out. That's the same thing with really anything. Once something is like a net negative or something that is distracting or stresses you out or whatever, you should honestly and logically evaluate it. Your time is very valuable in one aspect, and when you're young, you don't know what that is because you haven't really developed it yet, but you're on the way to developing it, which means that your time is valuable anyway, even though you haven't gotten there yet. It's like the prep work before the actual thing. It's still tragic waste if you don't do it, if you lose that time on something else. Don't be afraid to look at something that you are retarded at. Be comfortable with being like, yeah, I'm retarded at this thing. My time is worth $200 an hour doing this other thing. Why the fuck would I waste time making myself a meal that's gonna take me an hour and a half to do, including the cleanup, when I could just go buy one for like $20? That's time that I could use to make $300. Time is more valuable than you think. The value of your time is up to you. I mean, it's up to what you're willing to do, because strictly speaking, your time is probably worth nothing. Like, I wouldn't pay you to do anything. This all has to do with your future outcomes. If you can land yourself some sort of spot, or you can come up with a niche for yourself, or figure out some way to make money, your time at that point will be worth X amount, okay? Say you've got 8,000 hours of work before you can figure out something that is gonna yield profit. You're still gonna have to do 8,000 hours worth of work either way. Like, that 8,000 hours is not going anywhere. So by like vacillating between two things, you're just wasting time, which is money, so don't do that. That's like a whole entire genre of bonding with people, is commiserating. There are people who, when they get together, all they do is talk about all the negative things. It's almost like a contest to see who can one up each other with like the worst. Yeah. Being more negative and like having worse things to talk about. You don't want to have those people be your friends, even though the way you're fitting in is by being a disfigured, fucking mentally ill retard. That's sort of a seductive thing, bonding with people over negative things, because it's easy to do. Everybody has some sob story. Everybody has some jilted thing they want to get off their chest. When you start bonding with people that way, when you start attracting friends and your friendship is based on that, it's a little bit addictive because it's so easy to do, and it instantly gives you a social group kind of thing. Like, it instantly makes you feel like you fit in. By the time you're 27, 28, you are supposed to have your like vision of the world and how you want to affect it. That's supposed to be mostly realized. I got an email from a dude. He said, can you critique my music? I said, sure. Took a look at it. It was really bad. I said, it's cool, man. I'll use it. I'll definitely use this. This is awesome. Love it. Talk to you later. By the way, how old are you? If he had said 14, I would have been like, for a 14-year-old, it's not the worst thing in the world. He said he's 27. Dude, at age 27, age 28, you should not be a dabbler. Age 28, or as I call it, level 28, is when you're supposed to have enough money you should have an M4. So this dude, he sends me a link to his like art portfolio, films that he's made. He's done everything. Like, he's messing around with game design, and it's all like toddler shit. Like, it's stuff you'd expect to see out of a 14-year-old. I don't think I'm some great person. I don't think my shit's all that great, but fucking God, man. But if you've got a serious porn problem, if you're taking Xanax, if you're an alcoholic, if you're a hype beast and you're always picking up drops, I don't care, whatever. If you've got some fucking issues, whatever, all right? You'll work that out. That's something you'll get over. You'll be fine. If there's nothing that you can't point to and say, I'm fucking good at that, and it doesn't matter what it is. If you are 28 and you're fucking around, that's the age where you need to really light a fire under your ass because the clock is ticking.